Well, happy Monday. It's Monday Meetup, and I'm Araya. Hello, hello. I am an energy healer and psychic medium, and I love to help people see shift and transformation in their lives. And today, I'm talking about joy. I had a great realization this morning with a client that, you know what, a lot of us are locked off from our joy. We don't even know what it is that makes our hearts sing anymore sometimes, and we get so wound up with our schedules and our lives and our jobs and what we think we're supposed to be doing, and then we realize that, you know what, I go through this whole day and through this whole week or whatever, and I'm never in joy. I'm never, hi Christina, I'm never aligned with something that is making my heart sing. And you know, we were put on this planet to be having our hearts sing all the time. And it wasn't until I finally got lined up with, you know, really what I'm here to do. I met the dragons, gosh, 12, 13 years ago, and knew there was a deep connection there for me. Knew 15 years ago that I was an energy healer. And it's only been until, let's see, I guess it was a year ago that Spirit finally led me back into it full time and said, you know, this is what makes your heart sing. Why are you trying to do all these things that other people want you to do? They're not bringing you joy. They're not bringing you alignment. And so I'm now like on a mission to get as many people as I can lined up with their heart, lined up with their joy, and remove all the blocks that are in the way. So why aren't we lined up with our joy? So many times, and this was a really great analogy that came in today, a really great visual that came in with my client in session today, that we get every time we do something that really is aligned with us, especially in our childhood and through our teen years, and we put something out in the world, and all of a sudden a comment comes back from somebody important. Could be our mom, could be a friend, a peer, maybe a guy that we liked in high school. Somebody made a comment back that shut it down, and then we started questioning our self-worth, our alignment of like, well, I thought that was really funny, or that really was like something coming from my heart, and boom, slices in. And that's where like this ooze, I'm gonna call it the ooze, that starts to creep in and settle into our energy field. And slowly over time we get more and more and more ooze. And if you imagine like an oil spill on the ocean, where it just gets this slick layer, and if you're down and you're scuba diving or swimming under the ocean and you're trying to look up, you can't see the daylight, right? You can't see through all the muck and the ooze and the gunk. Or maybe it's a pond that you want to visualize, and it's all the algae layers that are sitting on top. And I know that this is a great one for me because I have a pond in my backyard and it's got all this algae growing right now, and so it's a great metaphor for that. But when you start seeing the ooze and start really finally getting perspective and feeling like, I'm not in my joy, what is in my field that's keeping me from it? Why can I not speak my peace or speak my truth that's coming from my heart and letting me be like enjoying this moment without fear of somebody shutting it down? And that fear is there because it was shut down so many times that we allowed all these layers to come in. So how do we reconnect to that? A lot of times it takes some healing work. It takes some energy to come in and pop bubbles through that ooze and start clearing it and get it to pull away. And then we can really align with our heart. Then you can start seeing, well, what is it underneath here when I'm really clear, when I'm free from all this uck and gunk that other people are putting in my field over years and years, and I finally lift some layers off. Maybe I don't even get all of it off, but I get enough off to start seeing clearly, like, what I'm doing is not bringing me joy, or this over here really brings me joy, and I like my job, or I like, you know, my environment, I like my family, but this right here makes my heart sing. And that's what I need to start spending more time doing, so that I align more and more and more with my truest, highest self. Because that's the greatest joy. That's what God put us on this earth to do. We all brought this special gift with us. We all have something to give and to bring. And if we're not bringing it, if we're not living in it and bringing it out to share, then everybody's missing out on what we have. And so just really starting to align and be honest with yourself. Am I in joy? And maybe you've had bits and pieces throughout your life where you had glimpses of something that brought you joy. And I had it, you know, years ago, and I'll just talk about myself because that's my greatest example to shine from and know like really solidly what the experience was so that I can share it. I got introduced to the dragons years back. 10 years ago the book came through, and I was leading sessions, I was leading groups in like dragon experiences in other places in the world, and then something made me afraid to really like claim that in a big way. And I felt like I needed to follow somebody else's pattern of workshops that were working or that were drawing people, or maybe, you know, if I follow their formula, I don't have to get creative enough inside myself to figure it out. Because sometimes we're just lazy. And I was lazy, I'll admit. You know what? I saw this as like a possibility to get me started, and then it just led me down another track and another track that was further and further from where I wanted to be and who I wanted to be. And when I got down there and all of a sudden I realized that I was teaching workshops I wasn't enjoying right before they happened, I wasn't excited about them. Yeah, they were bringing in money, they were helping people, but there was something missing. And that piece that was missing was always, that I finally came to realize years later, that I wasn't being truest to myself in what I wanted to share and what I was here to share and what my truest gift is. Because now that I'm in my truest gift with the dragons and with the work that I'm doing with energetic healing, it's like not only am I on fire, but it makes my clients on fire, and it makes the work so much stronger and more exponentially transformational, healing, all of it. And that's what happens when we're really aligned. When we're really aligned, it's just like anything else. When it's aligned, it can flow smoothly, right? If you've got a water channel that you're trying to build, and you put one piece here and one piece here and one piece here, well, it can flow like a waterfall and make its way down and eventually get to where it needs to go. But if you line all those pieces up in a direct channel, doesn't it flow fast and free and whoosh, super powerful? It's exactly the same with our energy. It's exactly the same with our gifts and what we have to share. When we can really be aligned with our highest self in full like heart capacity open, because we've moved all the guck and ooze out, man, do we have some stuff to bring to the world. And that's what I like to help people get aligned with. So I want to do a little quick card reading today. I will mention that I do one-on-one sessions and programs and 20-minute discovery calls with people. So if you're feeling this, if you know you're not in your joy and you are wishing you were, or knowing that you've had glimpses of it throughout your life, and then you want to get realigned to that and want to figure out what's keeping you from that, please give me a call, a message me, whatever needs to happen, so that we can talk about what kind of work would maybe help you get there. I do 75-minute readings and 12-week programs, along with bigger group programs. But I know there's something out there that can help. And maybe we're a good fit to work together, maybe we're not, but that's what the discovery calls do for us. So I want to shuffle these angel cards. I've got my Angel Power Tarot deck, and I want to pull a card for us today for what specific thing. Let's talk about your joy. Let's talk about what would help you today. What guidance coming from the angels would help you today to get more aligned with your joy, your truest, heart-singing, wide open, exuberant joy. All right. So when I tune into these, I like to feel and see where the energy is splitting them rather than letting cards fall out of the deck. And I am feeling this one. We have the Ace of Raphael. And he is standing, and I love this because this whole thing came up today because of some visualizations on the ocean, and he's standing on a rock on the ocean with fish flying up behind him. It says, a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. Now, I don't know about you, for all those on the call or watching the replay later, that just totally fits with finding your joy, doesn't it? A positive new emotional experience. Maybe you're watching this and you're really... All right, we're back on. Sorry about that little blip there in the service. A positive new emotional experience. You might be realizing that you are very seldom in joy, or when you are in joy, maybe it's manufactured. Maybe it's not pure heart singing, like whoosh, exuberant, blast open, knowing that you're just on fire. So that's coming. That is possible. And the Ace of Raphael is here to share that with you. And fulfilling romantic relationships, that can bring joy and heart singing to a lot of people when they really have that connection. And deep and lasting spiritual insights. And that, I think, is the key one here for me. When you start opening and having this perception and realizations and awarenesses, that's when things can shift in your awareness, in your journey, because your eyes are open. You're seeing more. You're realizing that, whoa, this is bringing me joy. This isn't. this is actually making me less joyful. This is actually dropping more ooze into my field, and I need to cut that out. I need to stop going there. I need to stop appeasing everybody else's needs of what I'm supposed to look like or who I'm supposed to be and their expectations of me, and just allow myself to be who I be. And that can be huge awareness. And Christina says, tightness on the back of my neck and choking with my throat. So, yep, communication, something there trying to get out and share a message with you. And tightness on the back of your neck, that's all of your throat channels. That's all your communication, both receiving and sending. And so where are you not allowing yourself to communicate freely outward and to receive messages from your guides, from your internal guidance? And I know that that is something that is coming down the pike for you, Christina. So, yeah, deep and lasting spiritual insights. Once you have, and I love that it says lasting spiritual insights, because once you have an awareness or can perceive something from that place within yourself that's here, you'll never see it the same way again. And that allows the next great awareness to come in. And those insights are what change your life. Those insights are what really make shift happen and start the ball rolling of changing everything in your life. So I love that. Thank you, Raphael, for bringing that today. I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. I am here every Monday. I love to meet up and share little tidbits about what's gone on in my week that might help you as well. So awesome, Christina. I'm glad that makes sense. And I look forward to seeing you guys next Monday. Have a fabulous week. And if you're interested in dragons or want to learn a little bit about them, I go live every Thursday in my For the Love of Dragons group. That's a capital LOVE, Loving Our Dragons. And there's links to it on both of my pages. So have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. And if I can be of service to you at all, please message me. Bye.